small town in New York with 30,000 people and 100,000 cows.
I was born and raised in San Francisco, and we met at the rabbi's house on a Rosh Hashanah.
And I was a sailor in San Francisco, and I called up the synagogue and said, could I come to high holiday services? And they said, oh, sure, we love to have military people here. Come on down. So I came a little early, picked up my tickets, and was kind of standing around. And a very cute young lady came up to the window and said, I've just arrived from Idaho, and I'd like to be able to go to services. And I said, I'm sorry, it's for members only. And she started crying and ran off. And I said, cute girl. And I said, well, if you're not going to let her come, I'm not going to come either. And I gave back my ticket and went to chase the girl, but she was gone. But I knew there was another synagogue up the street. So I went up there, told them my sailor story, and they said, oh, come in, and that's where I met Diane.
Rabbi Selnick was here at the time. He was a newish rabbi at that time. And I said to him, so Rabbi, who was doing music with the children in the religious school? And he looked at me and he said, you are.
So that started my career as teaching music. And
Diane missed one important piece on that first day. Before we went to synagogue, we went to get some Chinese food. And there was one other person in the room. And so we started talking, and he introduced himself and said, hi, I'm Governor Dave Cargill. That's the first person we met in New Mexico.
so
A good share of my time was spent creating a functioning financial management system for the synagogue, later the financial management of B'nai Israel's endowment.
And I worked domestic violence cases in Metroport, the zoo, and the Devore Project was born. It's a nonprofit. We decided to say that DV stood for domestic violence, and Aura stands for light, and it sheds light on the Jewish community and on the domestic violence problems. This is part of our responsibility.
And I'm the generation to generation guy, and I think of all the things that were here when we got here. How did they get here? They got here through the donations and the hard work of the people who were here before us. They've grown. They've improved what they do for the community, and if we have a chance to help them do that, that's a real honor for us.